Now, someone called Rita and WALLACE wrote an incredible piece about Prince Harry and Meghan's treatment changed her from a royalist into a Republican. And I just want to share with all of you this incredible piece by Rita and WALLACE. I agree with it 100%. Now, Rita and WALLACE, speaks about Prince Harry and Meghan's treatment that changed her from being a royalist into a Republican. And this is what she had to say. And I quote, allow me to start. I'm embarrassed to say I was an Anglophile and royalist all my life. Then I saw what they did to Prince Harry and Meghan. I am now a staunch Republican. I hope they abolish the monarchy, both in my own country, Jamaica, and in Britain, and that Prince Charles becomes Charles the Last. I hope so too. Charles is a failed father. I said this before, and I will say it again. He's a failed husband to the late Princess Diana. He's a failed father to Prince Harry. And make no mistake about one thing. With so many failures, there's only one thing remaining. He'll be a failed king as well in the UK. Mark my words for the record. A person who can't even ensure the safety of his own child. How do you expect him to ensure the safety of an entire kingdom? The UK. How? It just won't happen. It won't happen. It's not gonna happen 100%. It won't happen. But let's wait and see. Let's wait and see if the monarchy would last to Charles, but let's wait and see. How did a Jamaican become a monarchist and Anglophile? Rita continues. She says this, there are many reasons. Her grandfather went to England before she was born. And after him, her uncles, mother and aunt. He went in the mid-1950s and his last child in 1965. England was where the parcels came from at Christmas with our clothes, and the airmail letters with the earliest remittances, postal money orders to provide for us. It was a place we children wanted to go to live one day, joining our parents and the hundreds of others like us who settled in the mother country. Rita attended this, an English-style boarding grammar school in Western Jamaica. Our headmaster was English, and so were almost all the teaching staff. Our syllabus was geared to Cambridge GCEO and A-levels. We did English literature, Shakespeare, Dickens, George Eliot, Thomas Hardy. So I was very, very familiar with the landscape, symbols, place names, and personalities of England. Now, with Rita's mother there, with glimpses of Mrs. Queen, as we called her, when she visited Jamaica over the years, with dazzling Diana, with televised royal weddings, funerals, and parades, England and the monarchy seemed benign and wholesome, despite the knowledge of slavery and colonialism. Somehow, we did not blame Mrs. Queen and her family. They remained a colorful backdrop to the stories I had grown up on. And that is what the royal family relies on. They rely on propaganda. That is what they rely on. And the tool of the propaganda is the UK tabloid media, a system built by them. Remember what Meghan said? This is your system. You built it in the Oprah interview. Meghan said that. It's your system. And the tabloids went after Meghan. They insulted her, bullied Meghan in an attempt at, hoping that Meghan would leave the UK alone, not with the husband. But thank God, Prince Harry is truly his mother's son. He has the heart of his late mother, the late Princess Diana. Now, as I continue, reading Rita's, what she said in an article, said this. Fast forward 3 years of desultory royal watching 2018, when like millions of other people, I watched the wedding of Prince Harry and Meghan, the Duchess of Sussex. I watched that wedding too. It was magical, 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 magical. Now, I was visiting England at the time and stayed glued to the BBC to watch the Prince and his beautiful black American bride. I wished them nothing but the best and rejoiced in the spectacle. 2 weekends later, I went to Windsor and I bought a royal wedding postcards and a tea towel. I returned home and prepared to go back to the usual, checking once in a while to see how they were doing and tuning in again only for a royal bath. And indeed, personally for me, after Harry and Meghan got married, I was always, developed an interest into Meghan's life. I was like, Meghan Markle news, Prince Harry news. That's just how I was when after Harry and Meghan got married. Even when I found out that they were dating, that's exactly how I was, members of the squad. And so Rita continues by saying this. By the end of 2018, only a Rip Van Winkle would have failed to notice just how badly and unfairly Meghan was being treated by the British press. Allow me to repeat. Only a Rip Van Winkle would have failed to notice just how badly and unfairly Meghan was being treated by the British press, including the mainstream, not just the notorious tabloids. Others have documented the racism, xenophobia, disdain, and outright slander heaped upon this poor woman's head. And then, allow me to just pause there. And then when Meghan goes on Oprah to speak about her experiences, they tell her, Meghan, keep quiet. Meghan, keep quiet. Don't say anything. Don't say anything. That's what abusers love to do. They love their victims silent. And I'm glad that Harry and Meghan did that Oprah interview. Especially when I see the royal family, the royal cult that calls itself a family, trying to rewrite also and erase the late Princess Diana's words from her lips, from her mouth, to cover everything that she said. What Diana said was nothing but the truth. And the royal cult has repeated the same thing with Meghan. Their bullying, their abuse, that is what they have done. Their harassment. And we must call out this behavior. And I'm glad that people have seen it. People have seen it. The abuse, the racism, xenophobia, slander towards Meghan. And yet they expected her to take it. They didn't expect her to take it. What they wanted her to do was leave. And that's why they said, Meghan would bolt. Why do you think they said that? Because no human being can tolerate that level of abuse and survive. No human being. No human being. That's why even Prince Harry said that, what he saw was signs. It appeared to him and he saw the fact that they won't stop until she's dead. That's how the British press are. They're a cult. They're so evil. That's how they are. They're evil, devoid of any form of morals whatsoever. What they can't control, what they obsess over, what the tabloid media obsess over, they seek to destroy. And that's what they wanted to do with Meghan. Now, Rita continued by saying this. It started before Prince Harry and Meghan were even engaged. The abuse and slander began even before Prince Harry and Meghan were even engaged. In an unprecedented move, Harry even called out the racist attacks on his then girlfriend, but to no avail. To no avail. From the Times, to the Telegraph, to the Mail, to the Express, to the Sun owned by Rupert Murdoch, to Daily Broadcast Television, to Piers Morgan and his ilk, to online trolls and hate entrepreneurs, the attacks were relentless. They didn't stop. They never stopped. Even when Meghan was pregnant, they never stopped. It even became worse. It became even worse. I remember that when the late Princess Diana was pregnant, at least I read about it, the Queen called in editors of different tabloid papers and told them to back off. She did that for the late Princess Diana. She did that while Diana was expecting her first child. She did that for her. And tabloid press, they backed off. They listened to the Queen. They listened to her. If only the Queen had said just one word for Meghan, they would have also backed off. But she didn't. WA media were happy to say, hey look, Meghan disrespected the Queen by wearing dark nail polish. Meghan disrespected the Queen. Oh, breach royal protocol. For what? By closing her own car door. Meghan puts her hands on her pockets, breaking royal protocol, disrespecting the Queen. And the Queen goes ahead to do the exact same thing by putting her hands on her pockets. Members of the squad, never forget, when Meghan was pregnant with a mixed-race child for Prince Harry, what did they do? Did they show her any form of sympathy or mercy? No, they did not. Not one bit. And it was all down because she was mixed race. That's why they went hard after her. Members of the squad. And the fact that, the public had developed, an interest towards Meghan and Prince Harry. Google or anything, like for instance, like me, for instance, I was only interested in Prince Harry news, Meghan Markle news. But then doing that made William, Kate Middleton, it made them jealous. And because of that, a smear campaign was orchestrated against Prince Harry and Meghan. Now, members of the squad, jealousy is a disease. Jealousy is a disease. And the jealousy that William holds towards Prince Harry, it's ruthless, vindictive, and potentially deadly. The man who called his own mother paranoid and wants to erase his own mother's words from the Panorama interview, from history. And that's why, members of the squad, I must say this. We cannot allow, with what I'm seeing happening to Princess Diana and the Panorama interview, the royal cult that calls itself a family is working hard. It's working hard, and it's succeeding with the BBC of trying to get, them not to license ever again the interview that the late Princess Diana did, the Panorama interview with Martin Bashir. It's happening, and they are successful in it. They are doing it. It's becoming successful. And they've done it all these years. Think about what will happen to the Oprah interview. Think about how the royal cult will try to erase that interview. Think about just how they will do everything in their power to erase Meghan's words. I mean, they're already doing it right now. They're trying to erase Meghan's past. It's becoming very, very difficult because Meghan already had a rock-solid past. A past that is very, very difficult to erase, members of the squad. And that's, a bonus, a huge bonus point for Meghan. Her past, her untainted past. No one ever accused Meghan of bullying. Every single person who ever worked with Meghan only has nice things to say about Meghan. Everyone. That's why when the royal cult comes out with the propaganda calling or labeling Meghan a bully, all members of the Suits cast that have ever worked with Meghan in her entire life, all of them come out to defend Meghan. That's how much of a rock-solid past that Meghan has. When these so-called carnival or so-called experts write books about a woman they have never met, people like Sam Kashner come out to call, that book full of lies. They call out the book for its lies. People like Humphrey Yogurt, where Meghan worked as a child. Members of the squad, they all come out to defend Meghan and call articles written by them lies. The so-called carnival, so-called experts who have never met Meghan but write books about her. That's how much of a rock-solid past Meghan has built, that no matter how many times they try to rewrite it or undermine Meghan's past before she met Harry, people remind them of what Meghan accomplished before she even met Prince Harry. A self-made millionaire in her own right. A person who made her own money. A person who's worked all her life. A person who's impacted change ever since, the young age of 11 years old. A person who stood on the global platform, the United Nations, long before she even met Prince Harry, promoting female empowerment. That's how much of a rock-solid past Meghan has. And we must be able to protect that, because the WA media will do everything in its power to try and rewrite that past. Now, members of the squad. So Rita said this, that they only multiplied after the couple had their first child. Those attacks, the bullying, the abuse. The trolls coined the word Megxit, signifying their intent to push Meghan out of Britain. In time, as the world knows, they succeeded. Harry and Meghan stepped back from their roles as senior members of the royal family and moved to America. This incensed the haters even more. It pissed the haters off even more, as obviously they had hoped their campaign would have sent Meghan and Archie away, but left Harry. Exactly what I tell all of you. Exactly. Rita, the world sees. I'm happy because I love the fact that people see exactly what we all see. Reasonable people see what we see. They had hoped for Meghan and Archie to be sent away. They had hoped for Meghan and Archie to leave, but they never thought Harry would follow. They never anticipated him to follow. That's why even one person, after that 1 year review period was over, one person said this, a cunning so-called expert said this, that they had hoped that only Harry would come back. How cruel, how vindictive can you be to hope that a husband abandoned his wife and children? Those to side with people who are devoid of any form of scruples or morals. Members of the squad. And Harry clearly is not like them. And that's one of the things that I like about Prince Harry. He isn't like them. He isn't like the rest of the, royal cults. That's what I like about him so much. Now, members of the squad. So, Rita continued by saying this. This incensed the haters even more, as obviously they had hoped the campaign would have sent Meghan and Archie away, but left Prince Harry. The whole family leaving only increased the racist hate and vitriol exponentially. The whole family leaving only increased the racist hate and vitriol exponentially. They continued, and then they asked, why did Harry and Meghan do the Oprah interview? But why? Yet time and time again, they constantly disrespect Prince Harry and Meghan, and yet they expected to do what? They expect Harry and Meghan to keep their mouths shut. That is a gift. Keeping silent is a gift to an abuser. He loves it when a victim is quiet. That's what the royal cult was hoping for Harry and Meghan, to just keep quiet while they're being abused. A so-called cunning, so-called expert, even before the Oprah interview, said that Meghan should just shut up. Don't complain, don't explain. Just keep quiet. All the while they're abusing her day in, day out. But put them in a situation whereby they face just a little bit of criticism, just a little bit. And guess what? Like Victoria Arbiter, they cry. Their eyelashes were falling off. I couldn't leave my house for months. Victoria Arbiter, I couldn't leave my house. Victoria Arbiter, my eyelashes fell off. Victoria Arbiter. Those are the stories of Victoria Arbiter. But yet Victoria was hoping to comment on an interview that had not even aired yet, and profit, make £300 off of causing pain to a woman whom they've already abused day in, day out for years, to the point that that woman wanted to take her own life. The dehumanization of Meghan by the tabloid media has been cruel, vindictive, and very, very much racist. Members of the squad, they can never face a fraction of what they've dished out to Meghan, yet they expect her to just shut up and take it. Meghan to just keep quiet and just take it. No. If you're in an abusive environment, speak up. Ask for help. Ask for assistance before the worst happens. Before something bad happens, ask for help and seek assistance. Now, Rita asked this question and says this: why is she blaming the British royal family for all of this hate, racist hate and vitriol? And she answered by saying this: because they either said nothing or actively worked against them. Silence equals complicity. Silence equals complicity. Complicity with the tabloid media for what they do. And that's why I say you cannot distinguish or say, accuse the royal family of something without accusing the British tabloids of it. They are both one and the same. The same system. It's the system built by the royal cult itself. Now, Prince Charles, Harry's father, whom I used to admire for his environmentalism, said and did nothing when his son battled the media and his daughter-in-law was almost driven to suicide. Rita continues by saying this. As a matter of fact, what Charles did was, you know what Charles did? Charles said, you know what? I'm not going to take my son's phone calls. His own son's phone calls. And you, as a member of the UK public, think he would care about you? He can't even care about his own son. Your son is asking for help. Dad, please help. Dad, please answer my phone call. And then you are not answering. That's your son. And then you expect to rule over a kingdom? Really? Really? That just ain't gonna happen. That's not gonna happen. Charles will be a failed king. Mark my words. If the monarchy survives past Queen Elizabeth, he will be a failed king. Now, Rita continues by saying this. The Queen, Harry's grandmother, who is head of the farm, said and did nothing. Remember, she did speak up in support of the late Princess Diana. Only once, when she was pregnant. When she was pregnant with her first child. That was when she called in newspaper editors, the tabloid editors, and asked them to back off after they had, published topless pictures of Princess Diana, on her honeymoon. They were asked to back off. And back off they did. No, but unfortunately, the Queen couldn't say a single word to defend Meghan. Now, she continued by saying this, that the Queen Harry's grandmother, who said of the farm, said and did nothing. Oh, no, nothing. Oh, not nothing. How could I forget when the March 2021 interview with Oprah was about to air, Buckingham Palace announced it was opening an investigation into claims that Meghan had bullied Kensington Palace staff. The so-called investigation closed in 2022 with no result announced. Remember those bogus bullying allegations. Prince William, Harry's elder brother, did not say and do nothing though. He let it be known, according to the Times, that he'd put his arm around his brother all his life and wouldn't anymore. When Meghan sued the Mail on Sunday for copyright breach and won, William sent his trusted henchman, Jason North, famous for claiming that Meghan had bullied staff, to support the Mail on appeal. Who are these people? I finally asked myself. Why should they be on a pedestal? Why would anyone regard them in any positive light when they have shown themselves to be utterly uncaring and despicable? The tabloids, are devoid of any morals. And if you're devoid of any morals, you would obviously attach yourself to those who are, follow the same line. And that's why I call them a royal cult, not a family. They are unworthy to be called a family. The royal cult is the same as the tabloids. Only Harry is different from these individuals. Now, their treatment of Meghan, the lens of the UK Black Lives Matter protest, the Windrush scandal, all combined to show exactly what the colonies endured for hundreds of years. The overweening arrogance of the English masses. So sure of their white superiority while treating black and brown people with brutality and savagery. And so, with no apologies to Mrs. Queen, with no regrets at all except for the time lost in nostalgia, Rita is calling on British Prime Minister Andrew Holness to set swiftly in motion the process to get rid of the British monarchy as the head of state of her country. And while we're at it, get rid of the monarch as the head of the Commonwealth too. It's full time to have no more royal tours of Jamaica, no more King's House, no more Mrs. Queen. We don't need these upholders of racism to be part of our governance. They do not own us anymore. The time has come. Do you see why I love and I had to read you Rita and WALLACE's piece? From start to finish, I just wish that it could continue even more because her story, what she's just said, practically are all facts. Exactly what I've told all of you in my podcast. And what I'm happy is that people are seeing exactly what we see. We are not alone. Our community is growing, and the world is seeing how despicable the institution of the monarchy is and what they did to Prince Harry and Meghan. They are abhorring treatment of Prince Harry and Meghan at their hands, members of the squad. I am glad to see people openly speaking up and seeing exactly what we've seen through the lens of our own eyes. I am glad. And thank you, Rita and WALLACE, for this fantastic piece. Mwah! Mwah! It's perfect from start to finish. You have spoken nothing but facts and the truth. And the truth. Now on this story of, Prince William, basically what she said about Prince William, this article that was written a while back, I've put my arms around my brother all our lives. I cannot do it anymore. This was done intentionally by Prince William. Because guess who? Tabloid media bullied the next day because of this, what Prince William said. Prince William, through this article, got Meghan bullied. Because the next day, tabloid media are blaming Meghan, you ruined the relationship. Not the fact that Prince William is on record, practically, tabloid media have been happy to say how much William thinks of Meghan, what he thinks of Meghan, of what he called Meghan. Those insulting and demeaning names that Prince William labeled Meghan as. There are some comments that even I can say. I can only show you to read. But there are things which even William said that even I personally wouldn't like to mention it. Because it's just so abhorring. And yet, they expect it to be all rosy between him and Harry. What? So you abuse my wife? Give me a hug, brother. You're abusing my wife. Give me a hug, brother. Is that what they expect? Because it seems to me like that is something that, they believe Harry and Meghan should just take. Take the abuse, keep your mouth shut, take it. No, 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 no. Life is too short to just simply take abuse to please William or to do PR for William, who won't even bother working. It's just so lazy. It doesn't work. He's on his millionth vacation right now. At the same time, we watch day in, day out as Prince Harry and Meghan get bullied and abused every single day by the tabloid media. And yet, it's Harry who's always told, Harry needs to reach out. Harry needs to mend the rift. Mend the rift with who? Someone abusing your wife? Insulting your wife? Someone who, on his own birthday, instead of focusing on his own accomplishment, if he had any, perhaps that's why he can't focus on them, because he has none. The only thing that he does is get Harry and Meghan attacked on his birthday through his friends, like a coward, like what Prince William did on his birthday. Kate Middleton also did the same thing on her birthday. It was an opportunity for the Sun tabloid owned by Rupert Murdoch to insult Meghan on Kate's birthday. And then it's always Harry and Meghan need to reach out. Harry and Meghan need to mend the rift. That would be the greatest gift for abusers. They would love that. They would love that so much. That you that have abused, you're the one that needs to apologize to me for abusing you. Think about that for a second. Think about that for just 1 second, members of the squad. And you'll find your answer. I'll attach this article for you to read for yourself because I love this article. I love this article 100%. I'll attach it to this podcast, to this description, and also in the comment section for you to read so yourself. It's a fantastic article, and I loved every single part of it. The monarchy should be abolished. How it treats its own, if that's how it treats its own, how do you expect them to help the UK public? Members of the squad. If Prince Charles won't answer his own son's phone call, how do you expect him to help, give land to the UK public? Which by, from what that woman said, what was her name actually? Alibhai Brown, that was her name. She said, this is the only family that has never given land to its subjects. The royal cult, I'm telling you, but yet you're told, about duty. That's what they lecture you. In reality, what it means is posing for the tabloids and taking a picture on your birthday or slagging off Harry on your birthday. That's what they mean by duty. Duty means subjecting other people to dehumanizing practices like what William and Kate Middleton expected Prince Harry and Meghan to take. And I'm glad that Harry and Meghan said no to putting up with abuse to please the Cambridges. Harry and Meghan value the mental health enough to flee a toxic environment. If you're in a toxic environment and you have the means to leave, leave. You deserve better. And Harry and Meghan know in their hearts they deserve better. They deserve to be treated with dignity and respect. And they live in California with their 2 kids, Archie and Diana. The loving grandmother to Archie and Diana, Doria Ragland, Meghan's mom. And may God bless them so much with peace, joy, and happiness. Harry and Meghan, I want to end this podcast by saying that the world sees exactly what you have been through. And we support you 100%. The world supports you. Rita and WALLACE sees it. We see it. We, the Sussex Squad, we see it. I will always be a thorn on the flesh of the tabloid media. We'll never ever let them continue lying or harassing Harry and Meghan in peace. They need to leave Harry and Meghan alone. Let them live in peace. And back off. Stop lying about Prince Harry and Meghan. They need to stop. Tabloid media, the firm, needs to back off of Harry and Meghan. They need to back off. And with that and so much more, what do you think about, Rita and WALLACE, article? I think it's fantastic. I just love this article. But the things that, what William has made Harry go through is the worst form of pain ever. It's like Cain versus Abel. William is out to destroy Harry. He's out to destroy Meghan. And he's doing every single thing in his power, using the tabloid media, using his friends to badmouth Harry and Meghan in an effort at getting them bullied. Because that's what happens whenever he slags off Harry and Meghan. They get bullied for it, day in, day out. William needs to accept and leave Harry in peace. Harry has a brother now, Nigel Figueres. And with that and so much more, stay tuned to our next video. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and support our ever-growing family on YouTube. I will attach this, article on my description and also on my comment section. I hope you enjoyed this article. But it also feels like, a form of pain when you see exactly what Harry and Meghan have been through. It's quite informative also, but also it just shows you the pain that Harry and Meghan have been through. I'm glad because I'm glad that people can see what Harry and Meghan have been through. And more people are opening up and seeing exactly what Prince Harry and Meghan have been through. And it's all because the tabloid media, the firm, could not handle or control their racism towards Meghan. Remember what Dan Rowan said about being a monarchist. The royal family should remain all whiter than white. We know what he meant. Perhaps it's frustration that no matter what they've done, they still have not been able to succeed in separating Harry and Meghan, because that is still their goal. And they will always fail. Harry and Meghan are blessed by God. What God has put together, let no man ever separate. Let no man, let no tabloid or institution of the monarchy ever separate. May God bless Prince Harry, Meghan, Archie, Diana, and all of you members of the squad at home. We love you so much with all our hearts, and have a great, fantastic day, members of the squad. I love you so much, and may God bless you as well at home and all of your family. Have a great day. More people are opening their eyes to the mistreatment of Meghan. The world is watching. We are all seeing. And we won't let them get away like they got away with what they did to Princess Diana. And they're not right now, erasing her history. It won't happen. Not with Meghan. We won't let that happen. Not with Meghan, not with Harry. Stay tuned to our next video. Hello, members of Sussex Family TV. First of all, I want to say thank you for all your support that you give us to our channel. We don't take it for granted that you support this channel. I want to say thank you from the bottom of our hearts for lending out your support and fighting against injustices, supporting Prince Harry and Meghan, showing them love. Love will always triumph over evil, and for that I say thank you. Good will always prevail over bad. Thank you so much for all your support. Thank you so much for joining this community, this amazing community of Zesco Family TV. I love you so much, family, from the bottom of my heart, and I wish you all the best. May you have a great day, and I hope that you enjoyed this video and learned a lot of things. With that and so much more, stay tuned to our next video. Leave a comment below, like and subscribe. Love you, family, always and forever. Sayonara.